Hi everybody, it's MC from Not Just Scrapbooks, and I have a project to share. And you can see a lot of the stuff that I used to make this project. It's kind of a tribute, I guess, to Marion Smith. I used her collection, Nirvana, which just came out, and I used some embroidery thread. And I used her vintage trinkets, and I still have one left that I took out of my hoard file. And I don't know if it says when this was done, but it's at least like 2, maybe 3 years old. And that came out at the same time. Again, the Marion Smith vintage trinkets. And I used some of those. And then I used both antique linen and black soot. And antique linen. And I used these 3 paints. Lamp black, also in parentheses ebony, sand, and turquoise blue from Americana. And the last thing, well, I used a couple of things too, but I used a little Tim Holtz chainmail, and I used one of these pretty cameos, very small cameos from mbstreasurysta.com. So I still have I have another collection, complete collection here, because I have them in my Zibbit store. So, but I still have quite a bit left because this was a fairly small mini. I don't know if I'm going to add pages to it or not. And the one other thing I used was sticky back canvas, and you can either get that from Ranger or I got mine at Hobby Lobby. So if you get it at Hobby Lobby, you can use a 40% off. And it worked quite well. So how about I show you what I made. And this is what I made. Isn't that pretty? I sound like saw crafters right now. But I do think this is pretty. It started off as one of those chipboard boxes that I got at JoAnn's. And then I got, like I said, I got the canvas at Hobby Lobby, and I got this wood veneer frame at Michael's. So all 3 big stores are represented. And this book started off looking like this and kind of having that same texture on the outside. And I wanted it to really look like an old book, which is why I used the sticky back canvas. And it's supposed to look old, so this is what the box is like originally. I didn't put sticky canvas on this side because it would have hidden the really nice dimensional binding here. But I didn't want for the book to have that look here, so I did use sticky back canvas right here on the edge. See, there is canvas here and at the bottom. And this butterfly and the epic are from the collection. And the epic and the family documented were actually black and white, so that's why I used the antique linen on here to make it pretty much the same color as that over there. If you look at it, I painted it all black, and then I painted this turquoise, and then I dry brushed the turquoise blue on here, and then just used a sponge to sort of, and my fingers, I use my fingers a lot to pull it and sort of mess it up a little. See, and it looks messed up. And then I used the blue and then just dry brushed the beige to give it the look of paper on the sides. And it doesn't 100%. You can't get it to look 100%, but if you look at it from far away, you really do get the impression, because I made sure that I streaked it in this direction and then in that direction. Now, The closure I used is the closure from the trinkets. It's that one here. And I used my Spectrum Noir True Black to turn this black instead of just bronze color. And this little guy here, which matches some of the flowers in the collection, that was silver to start off with. Not the ball here, like the bead, but the flower itself was silver. So I also used my True Black on here to turn it black and have it match. I left this, which is from the trinkets. You can see it over here. It's this one over here. And I hot glued that onto the other clip. And this are also from here. They're from this thing here, and then I just took one of the beads off. There's a ring at the end here, and I took that bead and I glued it on here. And then these flowers are Kaisercraft, and this one here is one of the flowers that Erica gave me. So basically, that's all about the cover. Now, when you open it up, it's a book box, so there's got to be a book inside. So I did cover this with some of the Marion Smith from the Marion Smith paper collection, and that's what I used in here. I'll let you take this out. It's a mini album, and there's a lot of room and a lot of places to put things in. So let me put my book aside here. And again, these are the flowers. This one, I used this one and this one, and then I used this one in the middle. And I hot glued all those together. And I am able to open and close it. This is just the, it's a different color, but it's the same thing. It's a embroidery thread. And I used 3 pieces, and all I did was I braided it together to give it strength. And so it allows it to go all the way around and then just go into the flower and hold the book closed. Okay. And everything in here pretty much I think is like from Marion Smith Designs. Here's where the little cameo ended up. And this is, of course, one of the Tim Holtz. I can't remember what they're called, but you know what I mean. And then this actually is, I think, spare parts. It just matched, and I wanted something on either side. And then the little butterfly is from Pink Paisley Hope Chest. I believe that this lace is from the Jewel box. So I got that from Jewels. And then this is how it opens, and it goes like this and like that. And I took one of her folders from the collection, and I cut it. And so I was able to use 2 parts of it and just play with it a little. And then there's room for pictures, and there's room to write. And then there's more room to write notes, and these are from the collection again, and stick more stuff in. And this is one of the little cards from the collection, and I just closed it off here so I could put a couple of the tickets from the collection in here. And then I just like this pin, and actually, strangely enough, these came from one of the album kits that I had ordered for one of Marion's classes a while back. So I thought I'd put that in here. And then you just keep on going with, things and places to write and put pictures. And I did leave a space here. This is a pocket, and I haven't put anything in it yet. So let's see what we got left here. We have something I can put in there. I think so. Maybe. Maybe. I pretty much used everything, so there's not much left. So maybe we can put boy and girl in here. What do you think? Will that fit? Yep, there we go. So there's more room there for more stuff, and you can put a little picture on the back. And then I put one of the flowers from the collection here, and I put one of the brads that I took the back off from, it's a spare part from Hobby Lobby. And I did bind this with this that I just, see, you can tell here that I used the floss to bind it. And the floss goes through and through, and then it's two separate, I can't remember what those are called, but anyway, there's two different little booklets in here. So lots and lots and lots of good places. And then this is one of the pieces of papers. When I folded it over, it wasn't quite long enough, my paper. So I decided I was going to create pockets instead, and I added another piece of paper. And you can see that there's room for record and this. And my stamps hadn't come in. They came in yesterday. I got the stamps that go with the collection. So I'm going to stamp this. Maybe I should do that right now. So let me go get a stamp pad. And the block. And let me show you the stamps. And aren't those cool? These are from Nirvana, I think. And or is this and this maybe Nirvana? And this from, anyway, since I bought all 4 collections, it's kind of hard to figure out which one goes with what. This definitely goes with Tea Party. Yeah, that one's kind of obvious. These are called typo stamps. And then very, very cool. So I am going to, let me see what I'm going to use. It's interesting to see. Why don't we use this little one to start off with, and I probably shouldn't use a big block on such a small thing, but that's what I got. So, I don't know, maybe this will, let's have fun. Let's have fun with this one. And I'm just going to put this back here for a second. And take this one, big humongous one, and put it on the front. What do you think? Sounds like a plan. And that is one big flower. Can you see that? It's pretty big. Here we go. Oh, well, it's not going to fit on here. See, that's a pretty big block. So if you don't have a block that fits, here's what you can use. Okay, what am I going to do? And I apologize for using a really bad cutting plate. This one's got scratched, but I think I might be able to make it work. Let's hope so. because it's a tiny bit warped, so I'm not sure how this is going to work out. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put this like this. And I'm going to put this like this. I'm going to use the black soot distress on here, just because it's handy. And hopefully that will work. Well, it looks like we've got it all done. Now let's see what happens. I think I'm going to do it this way. And there we go. And because it's warped, I'm going to have to be extra careful and hope that I get everything down. 1, 2, 3, pray. Yay! Not bad. So now we have this on there, and I think why not? We're going to put this one on here too. Okay. And I'm actually, because it sits in here like that, I'm actually going to put this way at the top because we're actually going to see this. There we go. So now when I put this back in here, let's put this back like this. And so anyway, there's room to put more stuff in here, and I may stamp more stuff after. Let me just close off my ink here. Get that out of the way. And put this back in here. Okay. And then finally, on the back, there's 2 more cards from the collection again. Today and then Reasons to Smile. And so there you have it, a cute little project using the Marion Smith collection. Makes a really nice present. You could put family pictures in here, and it all fits nicely back in my little box. And there you go. So there's the little mini with lots and lots of room to put stuff in. And then it all just fits quite nicely back into my box. And we close it all up. As I say, thank you very much for watching my video. And I will see you guys later. Bye-bye. Bye.